So hello everyone, ¿cómo están? Enjoy the match against Inter. I certainly really did, especially because they wore this shirt. Finally, the first time we wear this third kit, which I love it. Like, it's actually better on the field than on me. It's way better on the field than on me. And I gotta say, again, a lot of you were saying 4-0. We're gonna beat them, destroy them 5-0. No, Inter are a difficult team, and it showed. It was really tough for us to break them down, even though we dominated probably the whole game. We really dominated the whole game, but it was so hard for us to break through. And yeah, it was so hard to break through, and we got then that goal from MALCOM. MALCOM, can we get a pray for MALCOM, please? And yeah, praise for MALCOM, please, on the comment box down below. He scored that goal. It's good to see for him. I got really emotional when he scored that goal because like he just went straight to celebrate it, and he was just like crying directly. And everybody in the team, like substitutes, like all the people like Piqué, who was all the way on the other side of the field, of the field, just coming in to celebrate with him. And you could hear like people going like "Vamos Malcolm, vamos Malcolm," and it just got so emotional. I love when stuff like that happen. Such a difficult moment for that guy, and he gets a goal as important as this one. It's good. Then definitely, obviously, we gotta talk about Inter equalizing, but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. I just wanna see how you guys are doing. So we have Ash Jawair, or I'm gonna call you Ash. He says Rakitic was so poor and Silva didn't sub him. He was being poor recently, wrong decisions. I agree. Rakitic has been really bad in the latest games. I feel that with Arthur also within the team, kind of like it's really difficult to have them both starring and being the spotlight. Certainly Arthur has been this of late in the last few weeks, in the last few games. So I feel that perhaps someone like Vidal could give us an extra thing in a midfield, especially in a game like this where we need that physicality to try and compete whenever we're going for that second ball and stuff like that, because that's most of the time where Inter got their chances, was when they won that second ball. So someone like Vidal could have helped us to close that a little bit faster. We are so wasteful with chances. Yeah, I mean, like, we can say that, but to be honest, like, they defended so good. Samir Handanovic, what a goalkeeper. Like, in the last 5 seasons, he's been good, but this just last 3 seasons, as soon as Paletti has come into the charge, he has really improved a lot, and he saved Indras a lot. So we're gonna really prove them. Like, I mean, Suarez, he had some chances where I just was so frustrated. The same with Dembele. That shot from Dembele where he completely took out 2 players with a fake shot, and then Suarez just blocked it, was like, what in the world are you doing, Suarez? What are you doing? That was so bad. I just laughed, to be honest. It was so bad. Who else saw Dembele fake those 2 defenders? Yeah, me, bro. It was insane. How do you feel about Inter scoring a late equalizer? So, well, if you wanna talk about that, let's do it. I feel that the main blame goes to not for the team entirely. The whole team, I feel, played good. You can say wasteful chances, but chances are wasteful, and I do not personally believe on a team wasting their chances. Yes, you can waste your chances, but if you don't try. But if we try and we don't score, then most of the time I am that kind of person that goes like GG. Okay, good game. And for instance, in this game, that's what happened. We got the chance and find the goal with MALCOM, which was good. And then I think the team and most of us just felt the game was over from them. I even stood up to pick up this thing to drink. And when I came back, Inter has scored that goal. That's how confident we felt about that, and I feel the players feel that the same in the pitch. Most of the time, something that I like to make a comparison to is that if you, the fan, are thinking like, oh, this game is boring, or we just score a goal and then you like turn off and stuff like that, that most of the time symbolizes what the players are feeling in the pitch at that same moment. And if we just felt that the game was over, that's where Inter kept pressuring, and that's where Inter managed to find that goal with Icardi. Icardi was handed scraps. Like, he was handed the worst chances. Like, out of 7 attempts Inter had this game, probably just 3 of them were half chances. And Icardi, from those 3 half chances, managed to score a goal. Icardi is really good, and we must praise him for that. Good job on Icardi, but my god, he has been handed worse chances. We are not a team to say that, oh, we waste our chances. Icardi, those weren't chances, and he scored. Oh my god. What's up with Suarez out? Yeah, I do not also understand. Nice game. Arthur always gets subbed off. Yeah, I feel that he gets subbed off and like unfairly. I do believe that Rakitic was supposed to be the guy to get subbed off. How do you feel about Suarez missing chances? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I really do not care. Malcolm Hart, yes. Malcolm, very frustrating how we dominated the game and ended up tying. Overall, not that bad game, just kept missing our chances. Yeah, I do agree with that. We missed a lot of chances and certainly is frustrating. But at the end of the day, it's a game where the risks were not too high, so there's no point in really dwelling too much into this. There's not too much criticism we can give to the team. We missed our chances, but apart from that, we cannot do a huge analysis about that. We just missed our chances. Simple as that. I'm in that particular thing, as a football fan, I'm not too much worried about. I'm not too much worried about. One day you can be off. For instance, Peru in the World Cup, France said that the hardest team they played in the World Cup was Peru. And against Peru, they won 1-0. And we scored, and we had so many chances in that game. The same with Denmark, and we didn't go through because we just missed our chances. It's a bad luck. One was a post, then an amazing save from Hugh Lloris, an amazing save from Schmeichel. I do not personally get too worried about that because I know deep inside that our team is good enough to score more chances in another game or somewhere else. And I feel you should feel the same way. Because if we take a look, the problem is where you do not create chances. That's when it's a bad move. Like teams like, for instance, I don't know, if your team is doing bad and not creating chances, that's when I'm worried. If we're creating chances, it's good for me. I think Valverde got his substitution spot on. Yes, I do agree. I feel that Malcolm was the one substitution to put in. I was like not even considering him in my head because I already know Valverde wasn't going to put Malcolm in the game. But then he put it in. I was like, respect Valverde. He actually put Malcolm into a game. Suarez didn't pass to Dembele. Yeah, but also Dembele didn't pass to Sergio Roberto in one. I feel that connection of them got a little bit frustrating for in the game because you could see Suarez speaking to Dembele for the first like 30 minutes they were talking, and Suarez was always saying to Dembele, stay narrow, stay close to me, because Suarez often comes deep and then open up space for Dembele, and Dembele wasn't doing that, and that's where I feel that they started really good, you know, because Suarez started really good, Dembele started really good, but then just started to drift off, and especially Dembele. I love the guy, I really do. I want him to be a good player at Barcelona, but I just do not understand. There are some times where he just completely shuts down of the game. I feel that between the 30 half hour mark, and then around, I don't know, like the 60th minute, 70th minute, there was no Dembele. He just like completely disappeared out of the game, and it's really frustrating to see because then he comes back and he gets another amazing chance. He takes away two defenders, shoots, and it's just like, oh my god, that's what I want to see more. And sometimes he just drifts away, and I do not like that. How do you feel about Coutinho's performance? I feel he did good. I feel Coutinho did good. I think that he was probably our most productive player, putting in good passes. You don't have to score and you don't have to assist in every single game to have a good performance, and that is something that us as Barcelona fans, we really need to get away from that. Like, players can have a good performance without doing that. Then a defender would never had a good performance. In this sense, Coutinho, I think he was one of our more productive players, and I was very happy with him. He played very inside in the midfield, and that's where he allowed him to be able to do what he wants. Jordi Alba, we saw how he had basically all the left flank for himself, and we even saw when Vidal came in, playing Vidal a little bit to the left, and we even saw Rakitic doing that as well. So I feel that Coutinho now doesn't need time, but basically that's the play of Coutinho. He will be productive, but sometimes he may not score a goal or have an assist, and we shall not get quick on his back, you know? We don't need to do that. This game was so open. Oh my god, this moves so fast. The comments move so fast. What do you have? The game was so open. Tailored, made for Messi. There wasn't much contact on our attackers in the counter. Messi should have played at least 15 minutes. The thing with this, Simhiwe Matambo, I'm gonna say if that's your name. I'm thinking that's your name. That's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I said it incorrectly. And the thing with that is that Messi was not given the medical clearance and Valverde didn't want to risk him, and we cannot do that. Messi's such an important player that imagine he just got one touch to his arm, his elbow, his shoulder. He would like not be able to play then against Real Betis or maybe even against Atletico Madrid. So we must not do that, you know? We must prioritize our best players, and he's the best player out in the world. So every single club would be laughing at us if we actually put Messi in this and risk him. Coutinho was on fire today. Fantastic performance by him. I said on the last live stream that MALCOM needs some time to produce magic, and boy did he. I shouted when MALCOM scored. I think Valverde will learn to use his full squad. Pray for MALCOM. Yeah, I was so emotional as well when MALCOM scored. I was really, really emotional for MALCOM. Like, I wasn't crying, but you just heard the players going like, "Vamos MALCOM, good job," and it was just so emotional, to be honest. Good thing on MALCOM. I'm really, really happy for that guy. Come on, guys. Suarez scored a hat-trick against Madrid, and he has been the best striker in the world. He did a few wrong against Inter, and he's no more El Pistolero. Exactly. Good. Oh, my God. Andy Udo, you just earned the comment of the live stream. David Rojas. Why are people hating on Suarez? Exactly. Poor defending from Sergio. He needs to improve in defense. What, Sergio? Busquets or Sergio Roberto? Tell me. I don't know what do you mean by Sergio. Because some people confuse. If Busquets, I also agree with you that Busquets some cases needs to better up his defending. I feel that Busquets defending this season hasn't been as good. And I always go back to that game between England and Spain. In that game, Busquets was awful. The two first goals from England was completely down to the fault of Sergio Busquets. And I love the guy. He's the best all-round CDM in history. Like, he's by far the best CDM in football in history. But right now, this season, his defending is not good. And he needs to improve on that. He really needs to improve on that. Are you concerned that Messi now has his World Cup haircut back? I didn't even notice. Do you think Barca are going to keep MALCOM? Oscar, to be honest, I hope they do. If it was in my hands, I would let go of people like Denis Suarez. I would let go of people like Vidal. And then have more players, obviously, like MALCOM to have more. Basically, if we let go of some players, then we can give more game time to others. So if we want to have MALCOM back in the side, we need to let go of some players. So those players I would leave with basically the Vidal and Denis Suarez, so MALCOM can have a little bit more game time. Do you think Barca are going to keep... I already said that. Thoughts on Roberto's performance? Very good going forward, but the opposite in defense. Yeah, I agree. I agree that Roberto needs to improve in his defending going backwards. That's something that I feel every single fullback that goes into Barcelona has that problem. Like, I've seen Denis Suarez. I've seen like Dani Alves being like criticized so much about how bad he's defending. Even though Dani Alves, we're talking about the Dani Alves. It's just really hard with Barcelona. It is really hard, especially when you have someone like Perisic. Perisic is a tank. My God, he's a really good left winger. Oh my God, what's up to him? He's a really good left winger, especially not only because he has the pace, the technical ability, but then he's strong and he's really, really tall. Defending against a guy like him is very, very difficult. So I think in this game we can also cannot go too far into what he has been saying. Are you concerned? Give me more comments, guys. Give me more comments. The chat isn't progressing. It isn't progressing. We have Miranda should be included in some games because Jordi Alba is our only left back and he had a little bit discomfort. I agree. I have to mention that. Good job, Bart. You actually made me remember something that I have in this book. In this book is basically where I put like take all my notes and of what I want to talk about in the live stream. And one of them was about Jordi Alba. And yes, you're right. Jordi Alba did seem a little bit uncomfortable at the last, 30 minutes after he had that chance where he fell on his back. And I feel that we should include now Miranda or someone in the squad because it's really unnerving now that he's our only left back. We need to start progressing somebody. And if we do not buy anyone in the winter transfer window, we do need to include another left back. And Miranda, for me, is a #1 choice to be that substitute left back. What else do we have? Player ratings of Barca today. Okay, we're gonna do that quickly. We're gonna go Marc-André saying I'm gonna go with an 8 because he had nothing to do, so 8 good. Sergio Roberto, I'm gonna go with a 7. Piqué, I'm gonna go with an 8. Lenglet, I'm gonna go with a 6. I think he was really pressured hard by Icardi. Jordi Alba, I'm gonna go with an 8 as well. Busquets 7, Rakitic 6, Arthur 6. I feel Arthur could have done a lot more better, but he just didn't do anything bad or anything good. In the case of Dembélé, I'm gonna go with a 7. Coutinho, I'm gonna go with a 9, and Suarez, I'm gonna go with an 8. MALCOM, I'm gonna go with an 8 as well. Arturo Vidal 8, and then did we see anybody else? I don't think so. Do you remember me? Bananatar, yes, I do remember you. We don't need Neymar. Dembélé was good. Yeah. If you have to choose what team Barca could face in the last 16, which team do you think they might get? If I'm not wrong, what teams are they in the round 16? Dortmund are gonna probably finish first. Then Liverpool are gonna probably finish first. Even though Liverpool lost against Red Star, right? That goal from the there's a striker from Red Star. The second goal he scored, because he scored the 2 goals, it was a golazo. Look it up. Look, Red Star 2, Liverpool nil goals. Golazo, the second one. Really, really good goal. I would like, in my opinion, Napoli will be really hard. Who would I want? So let me open up the groups, yeah, because I do not remember the Champions League groups by memory. I know them. I know some of them, but not every single one of them. So we got Dortmund, Atletico. If Atletico finish in second, we're not gonna get them. Then I think probably Napoli will finish second. I do believe PSG will get knocked out. I do believe that. Obviously, I will take Schalke. Even though they're hard. I will take probably Ajax if Ajax comes second. Lyon, I wouldn't take Lyon. They are tough, man. Roma, I will take Roma, even though they knocked us out in the last season. And Manchester United, I would love for Barcelona to kick the ass of Manchester United. I hate Manchester United. I don't know why I hate them. Like, they're a good club, but I just, like, despise them. It's not the fault of the clubs, you know? It's the fault of Mourinho. I hate Mourinho. That's the thing. I hate Mourinho. I don't hate Manchester United. That's a much better way of putting it. Rakitic and Busquets are playing every single match, even during the international break for 90 full minutes. They are in need of much deserved rest. They are working too hard. I do agree with that. I really do agree with that. What else do we have? With this goal from MALCOM, will this create more headaches for Valverde, especially when Messi comes back? I don't think so. I still feel that unless we get some players out of that midfield and probably one of Munir and stuff like that, MALCOM will still not be up there in the pecking order for Valverde. I feel that Valverde already has his mind made up. I think that for now Dembélé is a little bit higher than MALCOM, but we have to wait and see, you know. Perhaps this goal for Valverde means something. Why didn't Valverde make a third substitution? We should have put Semedo and pushed Roberto a bit forward. That could have been an option, but then who we took out for Semedo? And if we take out Semedo to just take Rakitic out, for instance, we will have the same control and there wouldn't be much impact in the game. When you make a substitution, what you want is to change the dynamic about how the team is playing. So if we took out Rakitic, put on Semedo, and then push Sergio Roberto further forward, it would be exactly the same. That's why I feel... And doesn't make much sense because Semedo will be coming as a right back and he wouldn't have much impact there. And then Sergio Roberto will be out of fitness because he has also been playing the game for full 90 minutes. I would understand taking out Rakitic to bring on Rafinha, a more attacking player but also a midfielder. That makes sense, but it wouldn't make much sense to have Semedo being pushed further forward. The problem is Miranda still looks immature for Valverde, and Cucurella is on loan, and even more unlikely, perhaps an emergency left back signing instead of a center back in the winter. No, we need a center back. We need a center back. And that's also something that I want to talk that I have in my book here. And I feel that Skriniar, I don't know, what do you think? Tell me, tell me in the comment box down below right now, in the comments in the chat. What do you think about Skriniar? Because I always liked Skriniar. I always loved him last season. And also when he was at Sampdoria. And I just feel that what else that he needs to prove, basically, that he could be a good transfer for Barcelona. His passing is key. His ability on the ball is also amazing. Really, really good player, Skriniar. And I like him a lot. Do you like Skriniar? Do you like Skriniar? Tell me in the comment box down below. Tell me if you like Skriniar. I want to know. Hashtag save your internet. What the hell does that mean? FIFA I don't know. I don't play FIFA mobile. I play FIFA, but just for career modes and with friends. I don't play Ultimate Team. I'm not an Ultimate Team. Dembele was tactical. Great passes, though misplaced at times, just like others as they do. Yeah, I understand that. I still feel that his decision making, there was one chance where Sergio Roberto overlapped for the right hand side with him, and he didn't saw him. He just took too many touches, and he ended up losing the ball. And that's the thing that really frustrates me. And I think Ernesto Valverde as well. As a manager, you want your player to make the right decisions. And obviously, think about the next play. Because when you're on the ball, you always have to think about how can I get it closer to the ball. And to the back of the net. And that decision that Dembele took wasn't the correct one. What are you drinking? It's called cider. It's like, I don't know. Do you know it? Cider? Handanovic was awesome. Great keeping from him. What do you think about the Dembele, MALCOM, Rafinha options? And who do you think will progress the most? I already talked about that. I think I hopefully answered your question before. But about Dembele, MALCOM, Rafinha, who do I believe is going to progress more? Dembele. I really do. Dembele will have that chance. I think that Barcelona deserves to win. They create more chances than Inter. What do you think? Yeah, we create more chances to them. Inter, we would certainly say that we deserve to win, but then if we just like took the foot off the pedal in the last 7 minutes, and then Inter equalized, that also means that we didn't deserve it, because Inter also were always at it, always at it. I agree with you. Skriniar is a great player. Skriniar was amazing in both legs. Yeah, he was really, really good. I mean, I would pay 80 million to get Skriniar. I think that guy is really good. 23 years old, a little bit more experience than the Ligt. I feel that the Ligt will be here in the future and Skriniar may be here. But the Ligt will cost at least like 100 million euros or something like that. Your opinion on Suarez Goldar in his UCL? I'm not worried. I'm really not worried at all in the Champions League. It's probably just one thing where he needs to get a goal and then he will start scoring the same as he did in La Liga. So I'm really not worried. What else we have? Do a collab with FCB, with Talk FCB. Come on, guys. He's been much longer here and you get his name wrong. No, FCB, Talk. Now you're messing me up. Talk FCB. I've messaged him before, but the thing here is that if you guys want me to do a collab with him, I can be asking, but he needs to know that you guys want me to do it as well. So if you see like on their videos, comment down below. Tell BugaLuis, like, he's a guy, you know, he exists. I don't know if, like, he knows we exist, this community, he knows we exist. But you need to say like, oh, we want you to do a collab with him as well. I cannot just have the power to say do it. I would love to do it. He's a great guy. Do you think someone like Skriniar will come to Barca and should come Barca under the current Valverde mentality? I'm afraid someone so talented will be benched. Yeah, I agree. I don't believe that he should come here. Probably next season. In this winter transfer window, we need someone that can just come in and be a good impact. Someone like Koulibaly could be a good option. I always like the guy. The league will be the best one, but it's just too expensive. Are you drinking beer? No, it's not beer. It's cider. Beer, I'm like, I do not like beer. I really do not like beer. Are you going to do when Ramos... What? What are you going to do when Ramos come to Barca? Ramos? What do you mean Ramos? What do you mean Ramos? Like Sergio Ramos? Do you know? I've talked to Talk FCV. I've spoken with Talk FCV on Twitter. We've talked about before about like doing... I've said to him to do a collab. He didn't respond. But then we talked about like other things about like creators and stuff like that, you know, about how to improve in YouTube, and he said that I like what you're doing, Luis. I really like what you're doing in YouTube. Keep at it. He encourages people. You know, I get some comments of some crazy people saying like, "Oh, I hate your videos. You are like the worst, and you are like just stealing from Talk FCV." And I'm like, I'm not stealing from anybody. And I went to Jamie, to Talk FCV on Twitter, and we talked about that. And yeah, like, he doesn't mind. He really encouraged me to do it, because it's always good to have people that share different opinions, and that's something that it's really valuable for me. And it was a good thing to hear, you know, because that basically means that all those people that are haters and they hate about everything, saying that I steal from him, they are just basically gone, like Thanos, you know, in Avengers. They're gone because Talk FCB thinks completely otherwise. So that's good. What else do we have? How come you know so much about football? Have you played in a club before? No. No. I'm 18 years old. I started watching football before the World Cup of 2010. I got in love with Barcelona in 2009, 2008. So basically when Guardiola was kind of ending. And wait, no, I got my thing so wrong. Wait for me. Guardiola, Barcelona. I always get confused with when Guardiola was at Barcelona. I always get confused at this. Yeah, when Guardiola was starting. And then yeah, I'm a fan of Barcelona. The thing about knowing too much about football, here's the key, guys. Here's the key. If you want to know a lot about football, watch football games. And not only Barcelona. Watch every football game you can. I watch Arsenal versus Southampton. I watch Morocco versus Iran in the World Cup, because you know why? I'm part of loving Barcelona, which is the club that I love and adore. I love much more football. I love the entirety of the sport. And that's exactly what I'm going to be making. I'm going to be making a video for afterwards, talking about like my favorite matches and the matches you should be watching this weekend, because there are two of them. There's one that's a really good match. Would you like to work with Talk FCB? Yeah, I would really love to work with him. Do you think Barca can win the Champions League? I believe Barca can win the Champions League. Talking about playing Messi, it was a good idea not to play Messi because we are comfortable in our group, and Messi will rest till the match against Atletico Madrid. Hopefully he comes back very, very good for that. Who do you think can be a good replacement for Busquets in the future, since Sampero spends more time in the hospital? Oh my god, my camera again? Fuck this shit. Wait. There we go. My camera keeps doing that always. I think that Frankie de Jong could be the best option for Barcelona to replace Busquets. Frankie de Jong or Lucas Torreira from Arsenal. Lucas Torreira. He's amazing. Lucas Torreira. If Valverde does not sign a contract extension, who will be a good replacement for him? I do not know. Oscar, I really do not know. But please, Ajax charged 60 million for De Jong and the league ball. Frankie De Jong, nice deal, I guess, because Frankie De Jong is a DMC. Yeah, I would pay 130 million for both. I really would. But something that we have to do first is let go of some players, because we just got so many. How long have we been talking? I don't know, but I think I've been talking a long time. So guys, I'm gonna be making a video afterwards talking a little bit more in depth about Inter. I'm talking about the game we just saw and the things we can learn from them and all of that, and more tactical analysis about that. I'm just gonna be cutting up and wrapping off this live reaction. Some of you think that this is a match review. No. This is just a reaction. This is like what we just think coming out of the game. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in an in-depth analysis afterwards. So if you're excited for that, you know what to do. Drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, blah, 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 all that jazz. And this is going to be everything for now. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao. And just as a bonus question, I like this question. Do you think Zidane could become Barca manager to piss off Fiorentino Perez? No. No, I don't think he will be Barca manager ever.